Hello everyone, welcome to the latest adventure. This is Easter Saturday, Meekatharra style 2022, and we're about to embark on the Outback pathway Smithy, the Charles Kingsford Smith Mail run, which is Mount Augustus, Kennedy Ranges. Most people do it from Carnarvon to Meekatharra, I think, and we're doing it the opposite direction. Mainly because we didn't want to come up the coast on Good Friday like everyone else. No one's coming up the inland road at this time of year. We'll explain more along the way why it's called the Kingsford Smith Mail Run. Let's get at it. We've got a passenger this time. This is Wendy. Hello. We just had lunch with the Dodgy Johnsons, and we just got 20 k's up the road before we realised that Buggerlugs here, meaning me, did what?
Left your hat behind over there.
And I can't cope without a hat out of Mount Augustus in 38-degree heat. And we're 50 k's out of Meeka.
So Nick and I were looking at these beautiful flowers yesterday, which I found over a vast area of the state. And I looked them up by just typing in purple flower, grey leaves, Mullawa. And it came up, and it's Solanus Lacio Film or something like that. I'll have to check it.
They're very pretty.
But they're beautiful.
And they
they're
proliferate
really...
from basically down from the Payne's Fine, weren't they, all the way up here. The Murchison River, one of the more famous rivers in Western Australia. A little bit of water across the road, but not a lot. Almost at the foothills of Mount Gould. This is the Mount Gould Police Lockup, built in 1888. It was established because of the wars, the conflict between the pastoralists and the natives. These things never end well. There's not a breath of air today, and the dust is just sitting in the air for about 5 minutes. This part of the Gascoigne River is 100 kilometres south of Mount Augustus. Forgot to point out this is the Landor Meekatharra Road. But it's the only one from Meekatharra to Mount Augustus, so it's not hard to work out, I guess. Anyway, we're 100 away and it's 4:30, so the road is good in places. In fact, it's sealed in places. Other places it's 60 k's and washouts and that sort of stuff. So we don't know what we're going to get further ahead, so we better make tracks.
Like that.
The road was closed, this is where it would be closed.
Hopefully not too rough.
Landor Station.
Landor Station, there you go.
As the old girl rattles away, that's the destination up ahead, Mount Augustus, 40 kilometres away. We've been able to see it for about the last 10. God's legs. There's a bit of cloud and precipitation around, just a little bit of precipitation. It's 5:28 in the PM, and we're about 30 clicks from Augustus over there. Well, we're about 18 k's by road to Mount Augustus, but the road's pointing in a different direction to where the rock is at the moment. The mount is at the moment. Stunning evening, isn't it, Wendy Wentz?
It's gorgeous, really lovely.
Easter Sunday, we got into the Mount Augustus Tourist Park at about 6 p.m. last night. It's about 7:30 now, and we're going to go for a bit of a look at the largest monocline in the world, 8 kilometres in length. We're coming to Edney's Lookout. It's 6 kilometres to and from. They reckon allow between 2 to 5 hours, but I think we're going to do it in about 2, I reckon, depending on the time we're going to stop for camera stops. We're expecting to see our friends from the constabulary up there somewhere. We're going to say good day to them. We already talked to the guys in Meekatharra yesterday. Very friendly, very helpful. Aboriginal name is Urambu. Place was a campsite for the Wajari stockmen and their families working on the station in the mid to late 20th century. We're going to do Edney's. Jack Edney owned the station here between 1927 and 1933. Some ancient Aboriginal artwork. Yeah, it's very pretty along here. We haven't even come a few hundred metres yet. Beautiful, Dodgy Dodson.
What do you think?
Absolutely stunning.
Magic part of the world?
Absolutely. Where else would you rather be on an Easter Sunday morning?
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I was excited to find this flowering. I think it's Calatrix, and even though it's not springtime, there's always something flowering in the bush. It's beautiful, really pretty.
This is an interesting quartz type seam, or formation as Wendy calls it. It's like it's been glued together. It's been going for a while now, a couple of 100 metres.
Almost a contour line type thing, I would say. Possibly. Bit of a climb through here. This would be your start of your type 5 walk, category 5.
Nearly went up the wrong way.
Yeah, up this way, Wens.
We came across the boys in blue, didn't we? They were only out for a recreational hike on a Sunday morning. Nice young blokes. We're 45 minutes in-ish, 40 minutes in.
Yeah, I've been trying to spot all the flowers, and I've found about 6 different ones, which is nice.
Quite a welcome little bench, that one.
Very much so.
Yep.
We've been going for 42 minutes, so it's only about 2 minutes after that last film, and I'm really pleasantly surprised by how attractive the place is. That's not to say that I didn't think it was going to be attractive, but it's really attractive.
Yeah, absolutely.
Magic place.
Hello, boy.
good spot in there. Windy winds.
He's only tiny, at 2 inches long, 3 maybe. A rock fern. Unusual, Wendy says.
Well, it might not be unusual, but I love them, and I wasn't expecting to see one here.
Because it's such a dry, arid place, but as Russell says, it's had a lot of rain here lately. We've been doing a bit of climbing of recent times, the last 25 minutes or so. We're an hour and 12 in. And it feels as if you can see forever. We do believe we're almost at the summit, which is just here. And right at the end is a steep little climb. Magic. What a view, people. 360 view of Western Australia. That's what it feels like. Well, we made it to the top, to the summit of Edney's lookout, and you feel as if you're right at the top of the world up here. So how do we rate the climb?
Quite easy.
Yeah.
It was a bit strenuous, but easy. Like, you never felt in danger, and it was very enjoyable and very scenic.
Yeah, no, it was a comfortable walk, I reckon. So yeah.
You had to be reasonably fit. Yep. But it took about an hour and 20, something like that. But yeah, it was pretty good. If you're sound fitness, you'll be right.
Yeah, and that wasn't pushing it. We were stopping and looking at things and taking photos and all sorts of things. I found it fairly straightforward, fairly easy. So
just take it easy and stop along the way here and there, but you've plenty to stop and look at. And the views are well worth doing. So get out here and have a look. And all the way down there is the tourist park. And further off to the west of the Kennedy Ranges. We'll be going there tomorrow. Still got to watch yourself on the way down. It's not all, well, beer and Skittles would be the wrong terminology. It's called Flintstone. This is the pound. It's where the cattle drovers used to bring their stock when they needed a bit of time off. They could contain them in here. This is back around the northern side of Mount Augustus. This is the western end of the northern side. Back at camp, back at base, here at the Mount Augustus Tourist Park. It's lunchtime. What do you got there, Dodgy Johnson?
We're having hamburgers for lunch today.
It's a good plan because we're not on the road today.
No.
And Wendy and I have got, yeah, go on, open it up. Let's have a look.
Must be getting close now anyway.
Yeah, but no, it's got a bit to go. Put it down. There we go.
How good is that?
This is Nick. You know Nick. Say hello to all your fans,
Hi,
Nick.
everybody.
She's the one that keeps the whole show running, really.
Beautiful, beautiful spot.
And it's a bit breezy now, which is good because there's been no breeze at all. Bit of cloud cover.
Flies away a bit, and the mozzies.
And that's Mount Augustus.
Looking stunning.
That's the northern side of Mount Augustus. Where are we, Dodgy Johnson?
At the cattle pool, Mount Augustus.
We're about 11, 12 kilometres, like 10 kilometres actually, to the west of the resort, as we're calling it. It's a good spot. It's a term of affection.
Don't know how safe it is, but
You're just going to go for it, are you?
I don't know. What if I get my leg caught up in?
Oh,
Yeah,
then
well,
you
exactly.
I'm just going to hang on to it, I think.
Just hang on to it. Off you go. What could go wrong, as you say?
I didn't touch the bottom.
Is it cold?
No, it's beautiful. It's actually really beautiful.
Well, maybe I should have a go too. Should I?
Go on, off you go, Wendy Wens.
It's a running water, you should be fine.
Yeah, well, it's been running.
I might have to delete this one.
Go on.
It's a bit slimy, get me out.
Yeah, that's why I'm wearing my shoes.
I don't know if I've ever done this before though.
Just go over your nose as you
Swing
drop.
out, and as you swing out, and as you start to swing back, drop. Don't do it too soon. Is what? What'd you say?
No, it's...
Yeah.
Hey, how'd you go?
I've got a wee bit meningitis. I didn't hold my nose.
I don't do risk. I'm a fixer of the risk.
Yes,
Oh
being
my
a paramedic and all.
Ready?
Yeah.
Well done, Nick.
Swing out, big swing. Big bommy.
I held my nose.
Did you?
Perfect execution, Dodgy Johnson. That was good. That was that's the way not to do it. As soon as what I'm doing is I'm not pulling my feet up.
It's hard to hold.
Yeah, it is. And my hands are sore. I don't know what I'm thinking. But because I didn't bring my knees up,
Yeah.
I bloody, yeah, what a fuckwit. Anyway, I'm not, it'll go on the film. I'm not too proud to not have my accidents on the film. Easter Monday morning at the Mount Augustus Resort. This is Michael from Poland, and he's about to ride to Tom Price and Carragini. He pushed a wheelbarrow from Carnarvon to here, and now he's about to depart to Tom Price. So how many kilometres do you think you'll do today, Michael?
Easy, maybe 70, 80.
70, 80?
Yeah.
If everything goes well technically? Yeah.
It's rolling, so sounds okay.
Oh, good, good. So you bought the bike itself in Perth and you've made a few modifications
Yeah,
to built for purpose.
yeah, and hopefully
Good stuff, mate.
ready to go.
Good stuff. And from Carragini, where do you go?
Newman,
Newman, and then
and with desert card closing.
straight through the middle.
Yeah.
Goodness me.
Okay.
Well, we're going to follow you closely on Facebook and Instagram as you go along. So
Perfect.
good Godspeed to you, sir.
Thank you, and yeah, good to see you.
This is the very pleasant headquarters here at the resort, as I call it, Mount Augustus style. Communal camp kitchen over there, showers, toilets, Got a bar on the right hand side. The chickens are very tame. Well, we've moved along from Mount Augustus to the Bangamul Inn, as it was back in the day, here in the Bangamul Goldfields. Now, I don't know about the pronunciation, but this is the Charles Kingsford Smith Mail run. More about him later. And that's some detail. Smithy used to come out this way. I don't think he went a lot further east of here, actually. It was mainly, his run was mainly between here and Carnarvon. And that's the whole of the mail run there for what we're doing. We've started in Meekatharra up to Mount Augustus. We're about here at Cobra Homestead, and we'll be going through to Carnarvon via Gascoigne Junction and the Kennedy Ranges in here. It's a private residence. Old Smithy used to wreak havoc in there. He was quite the carouser, was old Smithy. And just a few kilometres after what is now Cobra Station, we chuck a right, heading towards the Kennedy Range. Dodgy Johnson saves the day again.
Yay!
Couldn't get the spare out. Couldn't get the spare out of the well. And Russell shows up with the right gear and away we go. And it's not the first time on this trip that Dodgy Johnson has helped someone out. On Payne's Find on the way up on morning one. Well, we filmed that actually. Have a look at it now. G'day everyone, it's Good Friday 2022, April 15, and we're at Payne's Find, directly across from the roadhouse to the east of the roadhouse, about 1.5 kilometres. And we're here to help a gentleman who's got a prospector from Mount Magnet who's got himself in a bit of bother, trying to turn around out here in the bush.
Nick, can you stand there and give him directions, please? All right, here we go. Okay, yep, tell him to start.
He's trying to go, Dodgy Johnson. Almost, mate. Almost, Russell. Keep coming, keep going, keep going. I don't know where mine is. All right, you're free.
That'll do him.
There's no doubt about him. He's handy to have around, that Dodgy Johnson. Bit of light entertainment in the afternoon.
Absolutely. Yep.
On our way to Mount Magnet.
And a very picturesque spot for it as well.
True enough. Lots of mine shafts and things around here.
Oh, our first mission for the trip. Hopefully that's not that. Hopefully we don't have to pull ourselves out of anywhere. Touch wood. All good?
Yep, all good. Well, that was quite easy, really.
Spend yourself some money, you're out here prospecting. You haven't got a two-way, you're obviously not even an e-curb or anything like that. So.
Lucky the roadhouse was right there, really.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you can see how people get stuck, eh?
Yeah.
Like, and you know, just out here with, as you say, not even all the gear, no gear and no idea. There we go.
Yes, couldn't get a better man to come across your stricken vehicle than this man. That's for sure.
We only but try.
That's right.
That's it. That's all you can do.
It's our first look at the Lions River. Faces north. Beautiful. It's a good road, this one. The Illawarra Road. It's from we're about 200 kilometres to the west of Mount Augustus now, heading towards the Kennedy Ranges. The turn off for that's about 40 k's away, if that. The road, this is the most narrow the road's been all day, actually. It's been really wide and expansive and really smooth. You know, you know, washouts here and there you expect, which you would expect after all the weather they've had, the rain they've had in recent times up here. Time to hit the Kennedy Loop Road. Go and see what it's got for us. 3 kilometres in.
You can go first, at least I can pull you backwards.
Not out yet.
We're about 20 k's in to the Kennedy Loop. It's very lush, obviously, because there's been a lot of rain lately. It's an old shearing shed from way back in the day. Boot it, 90 Johnson. We're real remote up here, so it's one vehicle at a time. There hasn't been any other vehicles through, at least today anyway here, and it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so alright, my turn. Like being down back on the Holland track, down in the wheat belt. Wendy's having a bit of a fossick around for old bottles near an old windmill in an area that the pastoralists have used many, many years ago, but long since abandoned. Well, this Kennedy Loop Road has copped an absolute hammering of recent times. As you can see, it's disappeared here, but we'll push on. We've had a few dramas finding the right way. There hasn't been a lot of traffic out here. Kennedy Range Road, according to WikiLeaks. We're on our way to Merlin Lee. It's a little, well, it's an excursion 1.2 off the road. So anyway, look, whether it is actually the Kennedy Range Road, but anyway, we're right next to it. It's 6:39 p.m. on Easter Monday 2022, April 18, and we're at a place called Merlinlee. That's the chimney of the old homestead here. We have absolutely no idea anything about it. What have you got here, Wendy?
Chicken curry. It's
made with love in Marmion, frozen and produced here.
yeah, yellow cauliflower chicken and chickpea curry. Lots of veggies.
I actually tasted it when you made it. It's absolutely stunning. 6:34 a.m. here on April 18 here at Merlinlee at the base of the Kennedy Ranges, and we're just decamping and we're going to head back out the same way we came in because well, a variety of reasons which we'll explain later. But the track to the south isn't that discernible, so we're not taking any chances. Bit of rain around. The Kennedy's in the distance. We're going to double back to the main drag and get down there that way. We've been trying to drown the poor old things again. It's the usual thing with us and the dodgy Johnsons. Beautiful morning for a drive around the Gascoigne. Oh shit. Don't want to go too far off piste. That's when you can sink to your axles and not even come out again. So we just cop it sweet through the middle. Beautiful. Back to the old shearing shed of yesteryear. That building to last back then, well maybe not the roofs. The Kennedy's about an hour after sunrise. It's quite a vast range. I haven't got the stats to hand. Sticking at a low range, just crawl on through. Lovely approach to the Kennedy Ranges on the Kennedy Range Road. Well, we've finally found the Kennedy Ranges after our efforts to do the loop road went south. Well, it didn't go south enough actually yesterday. We're here via the main drag. Let's go for a bit of a hike. It's a beautiful Tuesday morning, April 19, 2022. The birds are singing. It's about 9 a.m. here in Temple Gorge. And a lot of loose rocks underfoot, but generally a pretty easy walk. Class 4. And 1 minute later we come across this bit here, which is a bit more difficult, because if you get it wrong you're not going to fall too far, but it's going to hurt. It's a good 3 metres, 4 metres. We have the place to ourselves.
Beautiful.
That's looking back the way we've just come. It'll be stunning with water in it. Still is stunning without water in it.
How beautiful is this? This little basin here, it looks man-made.
Certainly does.
Gorgeous.
Well, in summary, it's a beautiful place, Temple Gorge. Class 3, 4 walk. Got to do a little bit of scrambling, a little bit of climbing, but nothing too strenuous. And all the better there's no one else around. Having done Carragini the last couple of years in a COVID environment where West Australia was locked, everyone was locked out and we were locked in. Well, everyone was going to Carragini and there was just people everywhere, and this is just lovely just to be able to amble along and listen to the sounds and enjoy the sights. We have a truly beautiful area here in the Kennedy Ranges. Wendy's just coming up to the most difficult section. We just got to be careful. It's not so bad, it just looks bad. This is the view from the campground here at Temple Gorge / Draper Gorge. There's quite a few people around here, although you're not seeing them at the moment. That's looking back into Temple Gorge. Just driving around to Honeycomb Gorge. Beautiful day. Forecast top of about 30. This is only a little one, 600 metres return. This is Temple Gorge. It's a natural amphitheatre type thing. Beautiful. In the wet season it'd be fantastic. Honeycomb type fascia. And the flies are extraordinary. But we've had a lot of practice with them over the past few days, that's for sure. It'd be lovely to see with plenty of water running, Wendy wins.
It would, yeah. Oh, there's more tadpoles.
Wendy loves tadpoles.
They remind me of my childhood.
Well, as for rating the difficulty or lack of the gorge walks, that's an easy class 3 and it took about 7 or 8 minutes.
I reckon.
So well worth a look at Honeycomb Gorge, even if you're not a strong walker. It's quite simple. But a few rocks to step over and things like that, but nothing to speak of. But it's well worth coming in here for a look.
Oh look, that's a little fern. It's like a really, just one little tiny frond, but looks like a maidenhair type of fern. Beautiful.
Leaving Honeycomb Gorge, as Wendy says, they've just got the most beautiful profile, these ranges. What do you reckon about that?
Great. And I've just spotted a kangaroo over here too.
Oh yeah.
What incredible.
You got a little wallaby. Hello, boy.
Very cute.
Looks like he's seen it all before. The Kennedy Range, northwest, Western Australia. Lions River, and I'm glad to see that the bridge has water on it, because this car is absolutely filthy and needs a wash. Had to wash all the mud off it, so I had to go through a bit quicker. And 50 kilometres on from, actually about 45 kilometres on from Lions River is the mighty Gascoigne. Heads all the way out to Carnarvon. And that means we're in Gascoigne Junction, Wendy Wens. Our first visit here, ever. Well, weary travellers have repaired to the Gascoigne Junction pub.
Delicious chicken Kiev.
It's actually a palmy.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. Just shows how weary I am for that bush bashing.
This is a great photo in a pub here at Gascoigne Junction of Smithy, Charles Kingsford Smith, who owned and operated the haulage service from Carnarvon through these parts from 1924 to 1926. Prior to becoming the most famous man in Australia. The former Junction Hotel, which was swept away in floods in 2008. This is part of the caravan park at the back of the pub here. It's a pretty impressive facility actually. I'm not sure what the significance of the Cessna is. It wouldn't be Smithy, it was a bit before his time, but
Smithy's still fine.
After his time.
Oh, after, sorry. The Shire Office, the administration centre of the Upper Gascoigne. Very neat and tidy. The floods went through in 2008 and they've rebuilt the place really nicely. Some fine community facilities here. So just across from the Cessna is the site of the former Gascoigne Junction pub and Gascoigne Junction town site, which was flooded out in 2007. I've been saying 2008. And this is where the BP servo was, right? Right there.
So, yeah.
And of course what they've done is move everything back, way back up the hill, which is the only thing to do really. 30 kilometres out of Gascoigne Junction, this is where the Kennedy Range Loop Road comes out. We didn't get this far, we gave up on it because there was just too many roads out there, too much flooding and not enough people around, to be honest. Dodgy Johnson's gone up to have a quick look.
They're telling you now's not to go.
No. But that sign there wasn't at the start of the other in the other way, was it? Out on the highway.
Are you going through? No?
You are?
No. No, we were actually hoping to come back through from the other way, but looks like there's been a few vehicles through. Is it closed?
Yeah, it's closed on the other side apparently.
Yeah, okay. The water was bank to bank here a week ago apparently. Now it's just a dry sandy bed. A few water holes. So this is the Gascoigne crossing, but apparently it's closed on the other side, so we're just going to go for a walk across there and see maybe there's water still running through that side of it. It's quite a wide riverbank. The riverbed would have to be 150, maybe 200 metres wide. Unbelievable. See up there, it's probably a bit hard to see, but there is water up there, and I'm pretty sure we were going to come up here shortly. There's still water running through the river, so obviously it's still closed, so we wouldn't have been able to get through. So this is why we wouldn't have been able to get through. Still quite a bit of water running through. Not sure how deep it is or how soft it is, but and it's definitely running. There's some rocks up there and you can hear the water flowing over them. Go for a wander, and see how deep it is and how cold it is.
Ooh. Oh, it's beautiful. Right, it is way on.
Oh, this is just too fine.
About 40 kilometres east of Carnarvon. Gascoigne River, this is Rocky Pool.
Oh, there are some rocks here. Oh, now it's too big. Now I can't stand up.
There much current there?
A little bit. Nothing that's...
April 20th, Wednesday morning I think it is, and we're at the Jetty Cafe here in Carnarvon. The jetty is still closed, has been for many years. A lot of great history here in Carnarvon. You could easily while away a few days going through it all. And this is Dodgy Johnson's old work vehicle.
Looks like it's got a Holden 6 in it anyway. Got your red motor, 186 or thereabouts.
Oh, lovely. Because this old thing would have predated the 186, that's for sure.
Absolutely. He stands on the blocks up there.
Well, there's been the odd reference to Smithy through this film. We've been doing the Kingsford Smith Mail run, and before Charles Kingsford Smith flew the Pacific in 1928 and achieved superstardom, he lived here in Carnarvon from about 1921 to 1926. In 1924, he was flying planes originally from here to, doing mail runs from here to Port Hedland. Then he fell out with the boss, Norman Brearley, and he then took over the transport company. So therefore that's the mail run to Bangor Mall, however you pronounce that, apologies. But he used to live here at the Gascoigne Hotel. He used to drink in here and at the port, which we're going to go around to at the other side. We're going to be going to have a drink to Smithy. Cheers.
Sorry.
The interior of the pub looks absolutely nothing like the exterior, like it would have done all those years ago. So it wasn't the most inspiring renovation they did after the fires of '88, but it is what it is, and as you said, it's still open.
It's still open.
A lot of them aren't. Carnarvon's a pretty little town, they're very proud of it. But what you won't read about in the brochures is the Aboriginal slave labour that was used to establish the town in the 1880s and 1890s when the colonial settlers won the war out in the Kennedy Ranges. They rounded them all up, chained them all up at Gascoigne Junction and brought them into Carnarvon, and they were forced to build the roads and things of that nature. Anyway, as I said, they're very proud of their town. It's a pretty little place. A veritable food bowl of resource. Where the Woolies now stands in town is the site of Smithy's transport depot next to the old Port Hotel. The Port Hotel is not open this week due to insufficient staff in these COVID times we live in 2022. It's a pity. Well, we've come about 10-12 k's out of town to Bumback's banana plantation. Today is World Banana Day apparently, although I'm suspecting that every day is World Banana Day here at Bumback's. And we've got ourselves a choc-coated caramelised fig ice cream. Any good?
Mm-hmm. Very nice, thank you. I'm still going.
Yeah, we've all finished ours and Wendy's is just slowly but surely getting through hers. And back over the Gascoigne, looking back towards Gascoigne Junction to the east. This is what Carnarvon is famous for. Plantations. It's bananas, mangoes, figs, grapes, just to name four. There's more than that. And also what it's famous for is its dish. So we're going to go have a look at that right now. Built in 1966, it played a key role in the Apollo 11 successful lunar landing on July 20, 1969. Some great views up from up here on the first level of the dish. That's a good look at some banana plantations here in Carnarvon. That was the married men's quarters, those houses over there, when they were first built, 1966. And we move around to the abandoned swimming pool and tennis court.
pretty cool.